What's up, Dad's Garage? Turn this thing on. Let's go. Yours is on now. How y'all feeling? Is it on?
Switches up. Is it on? You can hear this?
No, you can't hear, but everyone.
We'll figure that out during the next intermission. All right. All right. I'm one of your hosts tonight. I'm Ron Emile, and this is my co-host, Terrance Griffin. Terrance, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
So we're really excited and really grateful that you guys have come out here tonight to see some comedy here on a Tuesday night at Dad's Garage. Give it up for yourselves. So the majority of the comics that you're going to see coming up here tonight, they're all first-time comedy students. So this would probably be their second time. They did a set at Laughing Skull before they did this one. You know, they kind of, get used to being on stage. And thank you, yeah, great co-host. So I want you guys to, go to your bar, tip your bartender really well. Ron Emile's the shit. Say it. So Terrance and I will be co-hosting. Good thing that, this mic is working, so this is going to be the mic that the comics will be working from. Right, so I just want you guys to enjoy yourself, be in the mood to laugh. Be in the mood to laugh, How about that improv segment you guys saw before? That was awesome, wasn't it? That was awesome. So before I bring our first comic out, who I'm really excited for you guys to see, Terrance, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I would like to reiterate the fact that I've been working on this for weeks, maybe months, and y'all gonna laugh the same way that they laugh, okay? Some people just don't like to laugh. Are there any black people here tonight? They're the worst ones. Black people do not like to laugh at comedy shows. You really gotta work for it, okay?
It's because of all the trauma, Terrance. It's because of all the trauma. but putting trauma aside for the night, I want you guys to put your hands together for the first comic. She's super talented, super funny. She's definitely one of the most kick-ass moms I've ever met. Put your hands together for Zena, everybody!
Thank you. Hi, y'all. Hi. I wanted to tell you a little about myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't flaunt this often, but I happen to be one of what?
I can't hear you.
The mic doesn't work.
Yep, there's his mic.
Thank you. I want to tell you a little about myself. I don't flaunt this often, but I happen to be one of those people that reads 20 to 30 books a month. I sing, I recite poetry, and there's a word for people like me, and that word is parents. So it's really nice to be here with all of you whose sugar intake I don't have to monitor. It's been one of those days where I feel like I wouldn't miss my kids if they were gone, and by that I mean it's Tuesday. My day started with my 3-year-old coming to me and giving me a piece of chocolate because I'm a great mom, her words. And it continued on with her having a huge tantrum because I wouldn't give her the chocolate that she gave me for being a great mom. She said I'm a bad sharer. And I took that kind of personally. So personally, in fact, that Netflix is making a documentary about me now. It's going to be called The Last Chocolate. Being a mom is a really hard job to have, but a pretty easy one to get. And the government keeps trying to make it harder and harder to quit. At this point, you have to give notice before you even know you got the job. If Trump wins this election and loses his criminal court case, they're going to have to turn the White House into a prison so he can serve his term from there. And that'll be the first time Republicans care about prison reform. First time. They also won't remember the name. I'm not scared of ghosts, but I am scared of children that find me after the sun has set, and it doesn't matter if they're mine or not. You know when you go to buy a plane ticket, but you're too cheap to pay to pick your seat, so they just scatter your whole party around? I would pay for that service when flying with my family. General anesthesia is how you want to go through surgery, unless you're operating. I had to have an upper endoscopy, and for those that don't know, an endoscopy is to colonoscopy, as oral is to anal. And as I'm falling asleep, the doctor hands me a mouth guard with a hole in the middle. Says, please put it in, while explaining that once you fall asleep, it's a lot harder to get your mouth open. And if I had $5 for every time my husband said that to me, I'd have enough to finally move out. We were in a Mexican restaurant, and he asked what the spiciest thing on the menu was, and my 8-year-old goes, "Mommy's attitude." Bitch. I made the mistake of asking her where my hug was. She told me it's in the future. That kid is tired of my shit. Growing up in New York, I never got an opportunity to play 7 Minutes in Heaven because New York City doesn't have closets big enough to fit two. The New York Jets had a couple of pretty bad seasons, and I'm not a big sports fan, but I am a big fan of knowing my ex is suffering. My daughter was due on March 14th, but she overstayed her welcome by 5 days, and that's because I have poor boundaries. She's 3 now, and whenever she gets hurt, she runs up to me and goes, "Mommy, I hurt my meats. I hurt my meats." And it's so cute, though it's so awkward when my husband does it. I asked my husband to open up our relationship, and he said he'd rather pay for sex, so now I get paid. My husband hit a parked garbage truck a couple of weeks ago, and he told me it's gonna be funny later. Okay, it's not later. Got it. Okay. My daughter got diagnosed with ADHD, and I'm empathic, so I have it too now. And I'm gonna end on a positive note. I've worked really, really hard, and I'm really proud to say that I'm finally not my own worst critic. My oldest daughter is. But I'm fucking proud. Like, I'm a proud parent. I want to grow up in a world where my kids can do better than me. Thank you, I'm Zena.
Keep it going for Zena, everybody. Zena, everybody. And shouts to our mother comedians in the building. Make some noise if you've got a mother. There you go. There you go. Ron, the guy that was up here before with me, he is the reason why the relationship between my mother and I are strained. Not because he's dating her, but he convinced me to write my first comedy set about her. I was in his class, and I told him I had everything to write about. And then he was like, well, tell me about your life. And I told him a few things, and I told him I live with my mom. He was like, well, I bet you she get on your damn nerves, don't she? And I said, yeah, I bet you she be doing dumb shit all the time, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, write about that. And I tore her ass up in the set. And then she was mad at me. She had my sister calling me like, why'd you do that to mama? I didn't do anything. She said, well, you did it. She told me about it. And I said, Ron told me to do it. She said, who the fuck is Ron? Thank you, Ron. Are y'all ready for your next comedian? All right, from the far east side of Atlanta, y'all make some noise for J.G.
So, I bit my dog the other day. Don't worry, she's fine. I just forgot I was back in America. I was diagnosed with ADHD 3 years ago, and what a fucking relief, because now I have a medical excuse for being the only Asian that got less than a 3.5 GPA in my class. By less than 3.5, I mean I got a 2.9. We're not gonna talk about that. So, I actually realized that I was acing concepts that I had failed the year before, so I came to the conclusion my brain's lagging by like a year. So, fast forward, I went to school for engineering for literally no other reason than and I was taking differential equations and I was just not understanding. And so one day in lecture, this classmate noticed and he goes, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna ace this shit next year though." Yeah, there are a couple more side effects of growing up first generation Korean with poor immigrant parents. Number one, you gotta translate every bill, news article, and legal document after you graduate kindergarten. No exceptions. Number two, you grow up without health insurance. So you feel real guilty when you get injured from bike riding or you start feeling that toothache. Because it's like, no money, too much money. Why bike riding? Why toothache? Well, technically, my parents, yeah, their health insurance was TNT, Tylenol, and Tiger Balm. One of the weirdest things, though, growing up Korean here is the sheer amount of people that ask me if I'm North Korean. It's like, how dare you? Do I look like I can handle consistent dwindling food fucking shortages? Do I look like I can handle 10 ounces of food per day? Fuck Kim Jong-un, dude. Fuck that guy, dude. Did you know that due to severe food shortage, that the average North Korean soldier is 5 foot, 110 pounds? Yeah. I'm 5'2", pushing a $150. And I had no idea that for my entire adult life, I was dieting to get the figure of a North Korean soldier. No, but seriously though, right? If shit hits the fan with North Korea, just put me on the front lines. I'm bigger. I know how to shoot and fight. In fact, I'm overqualified because when I train martial arts, right, I set my target at 5'8", 5'9", because fucking that's just a little bit more realistic, right? Fucking, because there's not gonna be much 5-foot dudes coming at me. There's not really any dudes coming at me, or even on me at the moment, but that's not the point, right? The point is I got us, America, I got us, all right? Here's another fun fact. The literacy rate of North Korea is the highest in the world. For comparison, the literacy rate in the US is 79%, North Korea 100%. We're talking about a country whose people are staying alive by eating grass, bugs, and on a good day, the neighbor's corpse, right? So if you needed scientific facts and evidence that North Korea, or that Asians would rather starve to death than fail a class, North Korea, ladies and gentlemen! Did y'all hear about the new SpongeBob movie coming out? No. Yeah, the director said there will be nudity. Fucking finally. I've been waiting to see Sandy Cheeks getting them clapped, you feel me? My childhood fantasies finally coming true. Yes. No, it's just so weird that there's no SpongeBob Sandy porn out there. I mean, they got all the other cartoon porn, right? They got Brian and Lois doing the doggy style. They got Homer and Marge doing some weird shit in their pink bedroom. But they don't have SpongeBob Sandy porn. Yeah, hey, you don't need to fact check me. Yeah, no, you can put your phone away. No, I did all the research, all right? You're good. Yeah, I did all the research. Yeah. No, even, the best part about this is, even if I am wrong, nobody's gonna wanna correct me on that. Can you imagine the person next to you going like, yo, she's fucking wrong. There is definitely SpongeBob Sandy porn. It's like, okay, you fucking know he's a creep. But if that sounds like you, just come find me after the show, okay, boo boo? All right, that's my time. Thank you guys.
J. Jean, everybody, keep it going for her. You go, girl. You go, girl. So I'm in the United States Army. Been in for quite some time now, and I tried to join the Special Operations I did pretty good on the test, but they told me I was too small. I'm 5'4", 155 pounds. Found out now, I'd be a fucking super soldier in North Korea. I'd be killing it. The front lines. Are there anyone in here from Atlanta? Born and raised? Yeah, you guys are a dime a dozen. Make some noise if you are not from Atlanta. Well, all you people not from Atlanta, I need to let you know that native Atlantans have created this great city for you, and our next performer is a native Atlantan, so I need y'all to welcome him for all the work he has done to make Atlanta what it is. Y'all make some noise for Scott, everybody. Scott!
SpongeBob porn. I was a shy, awkward kid. Now I'm just awkward. Like, if you had told 15-year-old me that'd be up here telling jokes, he'd have avoided eye contact and pretended not to hear you. Later in life, I thought I was just introverted. Speaking of assholes, I've got some opinions on an NASCAR. Like, you're never gonna convince me that salivating isn't just your mouth's version of pre-coming. Think about it. You're constantly doing it, whether you're hungry or not. It's just spit or swallow all day long. Speaking of autonomous functions, everybody's talking about AI these days. You might have seen that OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, they're in a little bit of hot water over their new release. Like it's ChatGPT. Yeah, they're in a little bit hot water over the new release. Like, it includes a voice that sounds suspiciously like Scarlett Johansson. You heard about this?
Yep.
I'm pretty excited I can finally get her to respond to me. The engineering is pretty impressive. Like, I have to think that developing AI would be a lot like raising a child. Now, I don't have kids, so I can only go by what my unhappy friends tell me. But seriously, it feels like just a short time ago, we were just oohing and ahhing because it was forming complete sentences. Which is, really remarkable because that's something not even our prior president can do. It's drawing pictures. Like, oh, what a cute little sail refrigerator. But now it's in its rebellious teenage years. You might have heard the Google AI recently created pictures of multicultural Nazis. It's so wrong, right? Republicans aren't multicultural. We have AI in autonomous vehicles. So how long is it going to be before it just starts taking the car out without permission? And what are we going to do? Ground it? Like, straight to your room without illegally consuming copyrighted material? We're going to have to sit down and talk to it. Like, where did you learn to do that? From you, Dad. I learned it from watching you. I do worry about the future. I actually, somebody told me to start wearing this bracelet. I don't know if you can see. It has amethyst, and she said it would reduce my anxiety. She's totally right. We broke up 2 weeks later. So yeah, I broke up with somebody. She didn't ghost me. She actually gave me the call. But she used the old, it's not you, it's me. Let me just check in with you guys. That's just code for it's your personality, right? But it's fine. It's fine. She was really attractive, smart, had a great sense of humor. The sex was aggressively mediocre. Like, when you're in a new relationship, on a scale of explosive chemistry, we were inert gas. When you're in a new relationship, you want something more like atomic bomb. All we got was used up Zippo. You want Apollo moon rocket. all I got was Bottle Rocket. I just settled for Mentos and Diet Coke. All we could muster was Alka-Seltzer. And for just okay sex, there was a lot of it. And that's not a brag, y'all. This is a warning. Like, dating somebody with a higher libido than you is like signing up for the 5K fun run and then lining up for the marathon. You might be excited. You should have trained. Like, I think that we're just gonna like get our heart rates up for 30 minutes and then have beers at the end.
Who was that?
My Fitbit is telling me I'm at mile marker 11. I gotta stop. Like, honey, I'm exhausted. I'm pretty sure they're replacing my hip. Y'all don't want to know about blisters. Yeah.
Don't forget.
No, I don't care if I'm not gonna get my medal at the end. You finish, I'm crawling in an ice bath. I did appreciate, though, that she'd put out water stations along the way, though. Anyway, my name's Scott. Give it up to your host.
Give it up for Scott one more time. Scott, you handsome brownie man. Is it brownie or brawny? Sorry, it's the New York accent coming out. Brownie, jabroni. Sorry. All right, so this next comic, I'm really excited for you guys to see him. Super funny, super talented. Put your hands together for Peter, everybody!
Thank you, Ron. Hey, give it up for Ron, right? You know, he's an amazing MC, but let me tell you something. He's an even better teacher. You know, when we started with him, we could do like 10 seconds of knock-knock jokes. I know, all right. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Ron.
Ron who?
Run quickly, there's a monster coming. You see what I mean? That's all we could do. But now look at us. Isn't our class awesome? Yeah, really funny people. And by the way, if my stuff doesn't get any better than this, please don't blame Ron. I'm a slow learner. You know, I also have a really hard time falling asleep at night. And you know, I know a lot of people like to listen to white noise to fall asleep, but I don't get how listening to Trump rallies helps you sleep at night. Speaking of ultra-conservatives, I read this article the other day about this ultra-conservative guy, and he's married, and he's also a super homophobe. Probably not hard to put those two together, right? But anyhow, we all know super homophobes are really just gay men in hiding, right? Think about Ron DeSantis, right? Mike Pence. Anyhow, so this guy, his wife realizes that she's actually a woman is actually a man in a woman's body. So she transforms to becoming a man. And you know, the thing about ultra-conservative men, you know, they always get what they want, and once again, now he's married to a man. They always get what they want. You know, speaking of conservatives and abortions, anyone else here divorced? Yeah? All right, we got some divorcees here. You know, if you think about it, you know, divorce is really just an aborted marriage. And, you know, with the new abortion laws here in Georgia, you now have 6 weeks to decide, right? So when you get back from that honeymoon, you better decide if you want to keep that spouse. You only got 6 weeks to decide. I know, that's rough. I know. My marriage, 23 years. Anyone else get divorced during the pandemic? Yeah, some. Yeah, we got one over there. Yeah, all right. Fellow traveler. Well, you know, if you think about it, you know, getting divorced during the pandemic isn't really that original. So many people did it, didn't they? I mean, it was so common. I probably shouldn't have watched all those TikTok challenges. But I'll tell you something, you know, those early days of the, you know, after the divorce, it was rough. Like all I could do was drink instant coffee. And let's face it, if you're drinking instant coffee, you're really just giving up on life. But listen, I'm better now. I'm way better. This morning I had a cappuccino. 23 years of marriage, right? But I had a cappuccino. I've got this great Italian cappuccino maker. It froths the milk, it grinds the beans. It's really amazing. And this morning when oh, by the way, I didn't tell you, it was a wedding present. I got it in the divorce. So this morning I'm drinking my cappuccino, and I'm thinking back about the marriage and the fights, the divorce and the grief, and I realized, totally fucking worth it. I got the cappuccino machine. My former spouse, she calls me her ex. Guess what? Now I'm an X-Man! Yes, my superpower, dad jokes, 24/7. Hey, President Xi of China, right? Guys, this is you're all in-town people, very learned people. So President Xi of China, he makes these big, long his speeches. And then the next day, there's a guy, he stands up in a bar and he starts reciting President Xi's speech word for word for word. And someone else stands up and says, "Oh, that's what she said." See what I mean? X-Men superpowers. Hey, my younger son, he's going to be graduating high school soon. And he's going to take a gap year. It's really popular now, these gap years where you take a year off between high school and college. And I'm really proud of him. He wants to learn about logistics. He wants to learn about shipping. He wants to practice his Spanish. He wants to work on human resources. So he got a job with the Mexican drug cartels. And let me tell you something. I just really hope that what he learns about money laundering translates when he gets home, because there's dirty underwear and socks everywhere. I actually used to coach my son's Little League baseball team. And check this out. One year we made it to the championship game. Big deal. It's a really big deal. So I want you to imagine this. Crowds are packed, moms and dads and grandparents. And it's a tight game, championship game. It's the fourth inning, tied 7-7. The other team is up to bat. The coach of the other team is over there, is coaching first base. He turns around for a moment to gesture maybe to his wife, maybe asking for a divorce. I don't know. But anyhow, he's turned around. And in that moment when he's turned around, his kid at bat hits a line drive and hits him smack on the back of the head, and he drops dead right there.
Wow. What?
But great news, we won the game! Yes! Now, listen, I am a very gracious winner. So I went to the assistant coach because he's the only one still standing. And I said to him, "I'm sorry for your loss." All right, based upon how this crowd has responded to that joke, we need to do something here really quickly. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to separate the optimists from the pessimists. So I want you to imagine that you're in a public bathroom and you finish your business. You go and wash your hands, hopefully, and you go and grab the handle to the door to leave, and the door handle is wet. Oh. Why? No, why is it wet? Depending upon how you answer that question, you'll know if you're an optimist or a pessimist. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I'm Peter. Thank you all very much.
All right, Peter. Y'all can clap some more for Peter. 23 years of marriage and then divorce. Sheesh. Sorry for your loss, Peter. Sorry for your loss. The last guy talked about ending a relationship too and being happy about it. Is anybody happy and in a relationship? Can you make some noise? Yes. There's a wonderful world out here. I'm sorry for your loss. Make some noise if you happy and single. Wait a minute, that wasn't as strong as the people in relationships. Y'all making me question it again. Make some noise if you're happy and single. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. Well, the last guy said that he was an X-Man, and your next performer helped me get my mojo back. Y'all welcome an international woman of mystery, Miss Amber Noel.
I know. And actually, Terrance didn't mention this, but he is, as of today, my parole officer. As soon as he's gone, I'm gonna cheat on all your taxes. Yeah, I am. Well, it's great to be here tonight, and I cannot wait to tell you and you everything that I know about sloths. How much do you know about sloths, sir? Not enough. No, not enough. I watched a documentary about sloths the other day. It was incredibly validating, for one thing. I've been known, as some of my neighbors and friends here know, to be a little slow sometimes on the, shall we call it, cultural uptake. For example, the other day, I heard this really cool new compliment word. It's like a mix between rad and righteous. I could not wait to use it. So I saw a woman coming out of a nail salon. Her nails looked amazing. I said, "Ma'am, excuse me. May I just tell you today that your nails look ratchet?" You are so welcome. Or like my boss, that almost literally happened. But then she laughed and now we're friends. Or my boss texting me and asked me last week to post to the IG. And I was like, should I really be in charge of this? And excuse me, Mr. Executive Director, I know you're a big shot and everything, but that doesn't mean you have a right to not finish your words and sentences, okay? That's how I feel about that. But sloths, back to my favorite subject. They're incredible, and they are not worried about keeping up. They have no anxiety. Can you imagine that in this crazy world we live in, right? And they're not worried about climbing the corporate ladder, although if they did, watch the hell out, because those forearms, you know what I mean? But anyway, they're not in a space race. A sloth will never make it to Mars. What would a sloth do on Mars? Exactly what it would do on the planet Earth. And that is my point. That is the wisdom of sloths. Sloths, listen to this. My 21st century comrades. Sloths are also not concerned about love. Anybody watch the Netflix show The One? No one. That's fine. That's fine, totally fine. Sloths don't watch it either because they are not concerned about finding the one. They're not worried about love. Sloths are amazing. Mother Nature has taught female sloths a wonderful trick. When they are in heat, they simply hang there. They sip their coffee. I like my man sloths, like I like my coffee, hot, black, and Italian. I tried to tell her, girl, you're never gonna find that. You need to go to the sloths in New York. But anyway. But the bachelor sloths hear it and they book it. Oh man, I tried that hanging screaming thing one time in a place where I thought there would be a lot of available men. The airport. It did not turn out well. However, I did get detained and strip searched, which, as we all know, is a lot like a committed, loving relationship.
Oh my God.
Anyway, use your imagination. There's not much to imagine. Slower times. Do you guys remember when we used to be able to write in cursive? No, wait. Wait, church. Do you remember? I grew up Pentecostal. These people, I feel like I'm in church right now. Do you guys remember when we used to be able to read cursive?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Well, I've got to tell a story on one of my neighbors who is 23 years old. And I left her a note in cursive. It was a very important note. She could not read a word of it. And I don't understand, because this is literally all it said. My dearest Mallory, if thou wouldst kindly remove thy moistened garments out from washer one before the moldy blight doth light upon them, I would be most obliged, your most grateful servant. And she didn't read it, therefore did not take her clothes out of the wash. Therefore, I had to challenge her to a duel. She was bad at that too. Anyway, sometimes I wonder about what the future will be like for people with no handwriting. And I have a master's degree. This is what I think about. But how will they catch serial killers in the future if there's no handwriting? They won't have any handwriting samples to analyze. They're gonna have to analyze in the Gen Z detective agency. Let me put it in my other hand because I need this one to hold my phone. They're gonna have to analyze their emoji patterns. Hey, yous guys. Skylar, Bryson, Sage, get over here. I think we finally got him. Look, it's the facepalm grimace, facepalm grin, poop emoji strangler. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on, I fell asleep. There we go. We've been looking for this guy since 2032, you know what I'm saying? And you see that little 6 sloth emoji at the ends? Yeah, that means he really took his time with his victim.
You go, girl.
I remember Noel, thank you.
Amber Noel, everybody. Give it up for Amber. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to try some of those sloth positions and see where it gets me. Hoping it didn't get me 9 to 5. I'm talking about a job, everybody. Not time. All right. Your next comedian. I'm really, really excited. I want you to put your hands together for my favorite Kentuckian. Give it up for Jack, everybody!
All right, y'all. I got anxiety, ADHD, and I got an accent, so y'all gonna have to pay attention. I prepared a set tonight, but I decided I'm gonna talk about something a little bit more serious and more important. It's happening right here in Atlanta, and it is the execution of the four-way stop. Yeah, no, there's a lot going on. A lot of people showing up, and by a lot, I mean 4 at the most. A good rule of thumb is that if you get there first, you should probably leave first. And if you are asking yourself if you were there first, you were not. You would think with my anxiety that I would be terrible at four-way stops, but I actually excel at them. And I credit that to my remarkable ability to judge She's a whole lot smarter than I am. She got a math degree on purpose. I just recently found out that Latin is also on her diploma. Yeah, she has been training me for the last 100 years. Things to me that would make me think we were going to have sex later. She used to say things like, "Do you want to load the dishwasher?" You see where I went wrong? 9 p.m. would roll around and she'd say, "Well, I'm going to bed." So I guess I'm gonna load the dishwasher. Sometime between her saying she was going to bed and her actually getting in the bed, I've fallen asleep. She's done 2 loads of laundry and cleaned the kitchen. So I think I'm gonna outsmart her. No. I start doing all those chores, thinking, okay, well, she'll just come on to bed. That did not happen. She just found more shit to do. So, yeah, all right. Seems like a peaked. Before I know it, though, I've done all the chores, done every one of them. She is taking online guitar lessons and has started a gerbil breeding program. You know what really gives me anxiety? It's airplanes. And most people just assume I'm afraid to fly, and that's not true. I'm afraid that if I'm 40,000 feet in the air, I'm not going to fly. I can't imagine anything I would rather do at that point. My preferred method of dying is with Delta. They seem like a fun bunch to get blown up with. Speaking of things blowing up, my son called me. He is in college at Florida State. Go Dogs.
Like that.
Yeah. There was a tone in his voice that made me think I was going to have a parenting opportunity. He told me that he had had a party the night before, and they were, listen, so my son's not dumb, but we're not winning any awards. He said he'd had a party the night before and they were shooting off M80 firecrackers. And if you don't know what those are, I believe that's what we're sending to the Ukraine. Pretty powerful. Anyway, one of his birds of a feather walked up and stepped on a lit M80 firecracker, and it disassembled his lower leg. Yeah, well, yeah. The party was over. So my son, the next day, while he's on the phone with me, he calls, he said I was cleaning up and cleaned up all the trash, and I found one of his toes in the driveway. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, what I was thinking. Like, well, which toe was it? I don't know why he called me. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Put it in some milk. I don't know. He said, well, I don't have it anymore. I said, what do you mean you don't have it anymore? What happened? He said, well, when I realized what it was, I threw it into the neighbor's yard. I said, you better go get that toe before somebody else finds it. He says, well, it went into the pool. All right. I looked at my wife and I said, dishwasher. That load can't figure out the four-way stop. All right, I'm gonna leave.
That was Jack, everybody. Jack, we got a question for you. What anxiety? You killed it. Another round of applause for Jack. Jack seems happily married, right? Right? Seems like the key to a happy marriage is household chores, washing dishes. We got any dishwasher loaders in here? Yeah, my man's happy to wash them dishes. I don't know how to do the dishes, but I will mop the floors. If you know what I mean? I'll mop some floors.
And hey, look, his wife is out here,
That's you, the wife?
and he doesn't do shit.
Hey, look. Y'all ready for your next comedian? Okay, all the way from upstate New York, make some noise for Carla.
Alright. How you guys all doing tonight? Clubbing in mom jeans. Odd choice 20-something-year-old. Why do women dress like librarians at clubs nowadays? Woo! Men aren't that hard to read. There's nothing to study, there's nothing to research, there's no hidden meaning. They're more like picture books. What you see is what you get. Unless they're married. And then there are Where's Waldo book. Can you spot the hidden wedding ring on this page? When I used to go to clubs in the 2000s, men used to come up to ask to dance by just rubbing their dick on your leg. I went to a club recently, and someone asked for my hand, and I was like, in marriage? I said, just to dance. When did everyone develop manners? People show up to things way too comfortable nowadays. Back in the 2000s, we used to go out, we would wear half of a bra and jeans with like thongs sticking out, just so we can bend over and have our thongs showing. Having a hint of butt crack showing used to be what women aspired to in nightclubs. Remember that? Now everyone just shows up in pajamas and looks tired, uncomfortable. Like, what? Where's the effort? None, exactly. Lazy. Future would be like Back to the Future. There'd be hoverboards. You could just point things and like draw it, like the internet would be in the air. You could just order food or ask for food and just magically just pop out and show, like just come to you. But all right, that's what Uber Eats is. We have that one now. Instead, it's more like Return to Amish. People discuss their anxiety and ADHD all the time, and they look like they just chopped at a Goodwill in 1993 and just like whatever. Imagine in the 90s that had happened. What if Nirvana had done that? Their parents were actually dancing along in the crowd, like in the front row. What if Nirvana did that, performed Rape Me, and their parents were cheering and clapping in the front row? My husband and I both have Asperger's, or whatever the hell you call it now. We keep changing the name every other year, so we don't know what we have, but we have something. So nothing in our relationship is normal. I once took an hour to get ready. I did my hair, my makeup, the whole thing, and I said, honey, how do I look? He just looked at me and went, you look really strong. You look like you do well in prison. I was like, it took me an hour to get ready. He just went, you're all muscle. Nothing's normal. I signed up for a fire eating workshop for my birthday because that's just the kind of thing I'm into. So I went up and told him that. And I thought he thought it would provoke a response, and he just looked at me and said, you're not doing that in the house. You're gonna practice that outside. Talk to you, they don't make eye contact, they look at the sky, they say nothing. I'm not sure if they're stupid or lazy, but they just might be copying neurotypical men because they're not that different. Thanks, guys.
Carla bringing the neurodiversity to the show tonight. Yes. She said that she was having a conversation with her boyfriend, and what was happening out loud was completely different than what was going on in her head. I don't think that's Asperger's, it's just being a woman. It's different. And she said she didn't like butt crack out at the nightclub. I don't think anybody complains about a little butt crack at the nightclub. Nobody complains about butt crack at all, unless you're fixing a leak. That's it. It's the only time we don't want to see butt crack in here. But we are in Georgia, right? That means this is dog country. Yeah. Anybody go dogs? Go dogs, right?
How about them dogs?
How about them dogs, nah? All right. Your next comedian is a dog up here on the microphone. So I need y'all to make some noise for Golden Retriever energy from Nizar.
Let's give it up for Terrance.
He said give it up for Terrance.
Please. I grew up in a Pakistani conservative household, so that meant I wasn't allowed to date until I got to college. My sister had it worse though. She wasn't allowed to date until she got married. She does not like that joke. I actually got married myself last year, and it's been great. Thank you. I asked my wife, hey, how am I doing? What do you think? She said, you remind me of an eagle. Very strong, very independent, very balding. A lot of men get really upset when their wives leave hair in the hairbrush. I like it. Every stroke gives me something to wear to work that day. She also works out for the both of us. I prefer it that way. But recently, her workouts started getting really intense. She started flipping tires. I do wish she would put them back on the car so I can get to work in the morning. But still really proud. I also have ADHD. Anyone else ADHD? It's probably easier to ask who. But wait, ADHD is also an amazing contraceptive. In the middle of sex, you'll start asking yourself, wait, what was I doing in here again? It's worked so far. People are so afraid of AI taking over our lives. Is it really that bad? Don't we all know at least one person that we'd be okay if a robot took over them? Honestly, I don't think as human beings we've done that great of a job. Let's let the robots take a chance, like they got this. Speaking of robots, I don't know if y'all heard about the Amazon Marketplace fiasco. Okay, let me fill you in. Amazon started these like grab and go markets. Essentially how it works, you pull out your phone or your wallet or your ID, whatever, you tap it on turnstile, walk in, grab whatever you want, walk out, then after a while, it'll charge your card for the things that you walked out with. Turns out that that Amazon had been lying about the AI that they'd been using. They'd been recording the purchases that were being made, sending them offshore to India. People were reviewing the videos and then charging your cards based on what they saw in the videos. Yeah, AI, actually Indians. Let's be honest, it's always Indians. How anal are proctologists? Like, hats off to them. Thank y'all for doing what you do. I'm a millennial, and so things get tough for us. And one thing I always ask is, why don't we, like, any ghost you see, they're always from the Victorian era. You never see a ghost that's a millennial. Yeah, we can't even afford to come back in the afterlife. It's rough out there. Anyways, cool story from Mexico. 19 feral cats recently became part of the royal palace, legally part of the royal palace. So that means anytime you see any of the cats running around, they're like royals. It's cool, yeah. PETA must love Mexico. Feral cats becoming royal and drug mules. How can you beat that? Anyways, I went to my doctor the other day and I said, hey doc, like, what's up with me? Not feeling too great. He said, dude, you have walking depression. And I said, well, at least a part of me is getting some steps in. It really sucks though, because on the way out, I banged my shin and now I have crippling anxiety. Good job. Well, before I go, I just want to thank my awesome wife and friends and family for coming. Thank you.
Give it up one more time from the czar, everybody. The czar mentioned like AI taking over. That might be a good thing. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I tried one of those sex bots out the other day, but it ended up giving me like Obama's voice. So I'm in there trying to pleasure myself. All I hear is like, okay. Well, keep at it. I don't know if AI is, we're working out the kinks yet. So anyway, I'm really excited for you guys to see your next comic. He actually has a show running here at Dad's over the next 2 weekends, a one-man show called 7 Minutes in Kevin. He's the former artistic director up here at Dad's Garage. Give it up for Kevin Galise, everybody!
Thanks, Ron. Keep it going for everybody you saw tonight. Everybody was so good. Every day I wake up and I face the same existential crisis. Should I wear a black t-shirt and show off my dandruff? Or any other color shirt and show off my pit stains? Oh, let's go. They say you can't judge a book by its cover. But the cover has the title on it as well as artwork that was deemed relevant by the author. You know, it's easier to destroy than it is to create. Why don't you spend some more time building up your own thing instead of tearing down the work of others.
Yeah.
These are things I've said to the carpenter bees on my front porch, but they have yet to build a single gazebo. Come on. Like most people my age, I'm 42. Dear Holiday Inn, that is not a complimentary breakfast. That is an insulting breakfast. You know, they say opinions are like assholes. But if the person who's got it is hot enough, you're gonna eat it up anyways. The 1996 film Scream was never released in space. Because in space, there are no movie theaters. Let's go. You know, they call alcohol liquid courage. I think they should call cannabis edible fear. Because every time I have too much to drink, I'm like, let's fucking go! But if I have too much weed, I'm like, let's fucking go. All right, so my therapist asked me if I would consider trying Prozac. And I said, what are the side effects? And she said, anxiety, insomnia, and excessive sweating. I said, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think I'm already on it. And I'm not saying that just because I'm against medicine. I think it's ridiculous when people are like, well, I don't want to have to take a pill every day just to feel normal. It's like, bro, I'm in my 40s. You just described my relationship to Tums. I don't know if y'all have noticed, it feels like these days there's so many people that want to hang on to identities that don't belong to them. And I'm all for self-discovery and self-growth, but sometimes it feels a little bit disingenuous, you know, like your white buddy from work gets his 23andMe done, finds out he's 0.2% Nigerian, and is immediately like, I'd like to speak to the black experience in America. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Derek? Shut the fuck up. But it's happening everywhere. And I'm not one to gatekeep, but I feel like we need a hero to rise up and say, no, you're not queer just because you went to a softball game one time. No. You're not on the spectrum because you don't like the texture of tomatoes. No. You're not neurodivergent because you're depressed. Hun, everyone I know is depressed. It's the most neurotypical thing I can imagine. You're not polyamorous, sir. You're just cheating on your wife. You're not from a marginalized racial group, bro. You're Italian. And you don't have ADHD, Brad. You just do too much cocaine. That's my time. I'm Kevin DeLeese. Come check out 7 Minutes in Kevin. This Saturday, next Saturday. Don't worry, Ron. I'll hold down the stage until you get here. Take your time. No rush. That's what a sloth would be like hosting a show.
Get up and Kevin one more time, everybody. I have a sordid past. This is actually my ex-wife. So the fact that she and I can share the same stage together is really an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I want you to give it up for the very funny and talented Kick, everybody.
As I've said before, there's a reason I don't use my last name. Hi everybody. I know it's very hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love this time of year in Georgia because it's peach season. And I can't get enough of them. They're so big and juicy. They're so juicy and sweet and pussy-like, and they make me wish I was a lesbian. And if I meet a guy who really knows how to chow down on a Georgia peach, well, honey, I'll tell you right now, you can chow down on mine. That the stripping can be involved. And I was like, yeah, I am not stripping in front of a bunch of strangers that I think possibly there could be a perv among them. No, the only thing I'm taking off is my glove. Burlesque style. You know, the thing is, I'm an extrovert. And so it's very, like, appealing, the idea of stripping in front of strangers. I like it. And I feel the stage calling to me in a very white baritone. Hey, baby, come on, take it off. Take it all off, you know. You want to take it off from me. And I do, except, you know what? I am not taking it off for a bunch of pervs. Yes. No way. So anyway, the other day I brought my pasties home that I made in class, and I tried them on, and I went and stood in front of the mirror. I was like, where the fuck is the goddamn pasty? Where are they? Where the fuck did they go? Oh. They were under my boobs, hiding under my boobs. And I told that joke at an open mic, and what happened was, when I went like this, I actually turned myself on. I think it was the solar flares. I swear to God, they made me like horny as a dog. What happened to me that I had to squeeze my legs together so I wouldn't whiz, and then I was laughing so hard I had to lean against the wall so I wouldn't fall down. And I told them, oh, I just heard myself wasn't, but you know what happened? I realized, Jesus Christ, Kick, you are the perv in the audience. So I really wanted to learn how to twirl, which you have to go to burlesque to get to learn how to twirl. And so I looked up on YouTube. It's very hard. I can't. You have to bounce. You have to do all this shit that honestly I can't do anymore. So I thought, okay, you know what I'm going to do? Does anyone ever notice the shape of mics? Because I have. That's why I always go home wet, without Ron. Okay, I can't do this. But anyway, and could somebody tell me where I am, please, because I forgot. Twirling. Oh yeah, twirling. So what? Forget it. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to hook them on my angel wings. And then I figure if I get old enough, I will start to have, oh, God, sorry. Get it in the hole, Kick, you know you can do that. I can't. No, come on, yeah, you can. No, I can't. Okay, I think I have it. Can you hear me? Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get, as I get older, jowl balls. And they're going to be like hanging white, old men, slightly hairy balls, and I'll just attach the tassels to those. And then I can be, oh, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Oh. I can do all this really cool stuff, and I'll have to change my name from Patty Cake, burlesque name, to Dizzy Wizzy, because I'm probably also going to be whizzing all over the place. Do you think the pens come in thongs? And also, the thing about thongs, I got my first one and I wore it the other day, and I realized the real purpose of thongs is to excrete those little hairs that are growing between your butt cheeks. Oh my God. I have to finish this joke. This is the privilege of being the ex. So, anyway, oh God, this is fucking hot. So, anyway, our burlesque teacher told us that we had to duct tape our labia together. I say labia because I think it's the labia to paradise. But our labia together so as not to have our G-strings slide into our slits. Oh wait, God. You know, it's past my bedtime. It's not really, but slide into our slits, split beaver style. There's a lot of alliteration there, So anyway, slide into our slits, split beaver style. And I thought, you know, I would rather ride on Marta, which I have never been on. I heard it was dangerous. I would rather ride on Marta all day long. Oh yeah, it's called railroading, by the way. With a railroaded split beaver than have an audience see my ugly tape duck twat. Ugly, you know I'm not talking about my twat, right? I'm talking about the duct tape. Okay, so just imagine what happens when you pull the tape off, right? You now need to rename your pussy after that Jamaican beer, Red Stripe. So anyway, I'm finishing up. I'm getting, and I cannot put this thing in the hole. I'm getting, at least I got my double B's. My black boa, these are not double B's, by the way, they're double D's. Double D's, I know you can't really see them, but they are double D's, and I know you really wanted to know that. Thank you very much. My name's Kick, and there's room in the burlesque class if anyone wants to sign up, male or female. Thank you very much.
Mom on me. There goes increasing child support. All right, so your next comedian, I went to school with her. She's a great friend of mine, great actress. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy her. Give it up for Yaya, everybody!
Y'all, I totally forgot what the hell I was gonna talk about after hearing the freak. I'm looking for the hoe. I ain't no hoes out here. This ATL, huh? Oh, we too far from Edgewood. I get it. I came to diversify. Y'all gotta be with it. So when I say I'm looking for the hoe, y'all gotta twerk. Y'all like, no. She must not have taken the class. I did it. I crashed. I wanted to, you know, diversify. But anyway, I am trying to be a retired hoe. It's hard being single in Atlanta because I feel like that's all there are. What I'm doing, I'm putting myself through hoe rehab. So certain things that I don't do, like I usually don't hold things like this in public because it just leads to something. And you know, I try not to let me and Simi go to the restroom. You know, little stuff like that. So I don't take any calls after 9 o'clock. You know, don't drink in public. Just little stuff like that, right? What about hoes? Is really no hoes in here? Y'all like, no, I don't know. But I did come here looking for a dad. I didn't have one of those growing up. Hello? Dad's garage, where the dads? It's one. And you hiding. What I'm gonna do to you? I just want somebody to call daddy. Sounds like fun, because I told you it's a hoe. Daddy means something else. But it's okay, it'll be fun, it'll be fun. It's fun. Do y'all have fun? Yeah. Yeah, this
We have cats.
A what?
Cats.
Cats?
They have cats.
Oh. You're more like, give me the milk. Oh, yeah. I told you I got issues. But listen, y'all, dogs are fun. Like, they really teach you how to have sex. And I learned a lot about relationships from my dogs. And you know, my Chinese sign is a dog. You really need to figure out what your Chinese sign is, because then you get the animal so you can understand yourself. So, as a dog, I'm a dog. I'm a dog. What a dog did. Ain't no dogs either. What are y'all, dragons? Ah, you're a dragon. I smell the mic. I'm sorry. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? But yeah, so I realize it's not my fault that I'm a hoe, because the shit I see my dogs do, I'm like, okay. I like to have sex anywhere. That is great, you know? And then, like, I have Shih Tzus, and, like, the guy Shih Tzu, I mean, every time the girl goes pee, and she's such a lady dog. Like, she's still a bitch, but, you know, she's still a lady with her bitch shit. Hold up, ladies, do y'all like being called a bitch? Wait, I thought y'all were fun. What just happened? Y'all was like, hold up, man. I ain't never say that. Not bitch, pick something else. So what y'all want to be called? Feline? Man. Y'all like, I haven't decided yet. Let me ask the dads. Dads, what y'all want to call y'all women? Ooh, yeah, don't even say it. Y'all like, not here. But this is Dad's garage. I think it should be more comfortable letting the dads do something, because I don't know what dads are supposed to do.
See you next Tuesday?
Oh, wait, are you kicking me off stage? I don't know if that was inviting or what. You were the only dad here.
Egg me on, okay?
Like, get her off. She's making me uncomfortable. You guys, we have to come more together, okay? Like, I only have black friends. So I'm up here trying to do something different so we can connect, right? I started to have everybody pull their pussy out, because I never seen a white pussy before. Dad, he just gave me the light because I said pussy. Oh, okay. Oh, damn, I should have actually did a joke. Well, on the fun note, go outside, look for some hoes. They're everywhere. But y'all gotta go up a little further, 2-ish. I thought I was on air, and I was like, wait, where did they go? The music changed. I felt like I could eat off the ground and shit. I heard a musical. I started singing and skipping. We're off to sing it down. Anyway, y'all, thank you for your time.
Give it up for my favorite hoe, Yaya. Funny bitch. Just kidding. All right. I'm really proud of the next comedian that's about to come up here. This is actually my cousin. Any first-generation Americans in here? First-generation Americans in here? No? No? Let me know. I'm Dominican and Haitian, and so is he. And so this is actually like a green card program. So if he's not funny, you know where we're sending his ass back to. So I want you to put your hands together for Gucci Backwardor, everybody. Gucci Backwardor.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey!
I throw white people like dogs too. Because I'm on all the waiting sites trying to date white women, and anytime I click on a beautiful white woman, it's like she's kissing a coyote or German Shepherd in the mouth. I'm like, it's fucking weird, man. It's disgusting. But Yo, I'm stressed out right now, man. I'm dating in my mid-40s, man. It's stressful dating in mid-40s. You know what I'm saying? I'm still attracting younger women because I wear sugar daddy hats. But I'm also trying to date, you know, elderly women in their 40s like myself. No, I'm serious. Because listen, I was dating two women at the same time. I was dating a 26-year-old and a 46-year-old. And the whole conversation, everything is different. The text messages, everything is different. I'll text my 26-year-old girl, I'm like, baby, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing good, baby. How are you doing? I'll text my 46-year-old, how you doing, sexy? She'll be like, blessed and highly favored. I'm like, how do you come back from that? Yo, one night, my 26-year-old, she texted me, she said, baby, come over so I can suck your dick. I'm like, damn. The next afternoon, my 46-year-old texted me, she said, baby, come over and help me hang this ceiling fan. And hold on, I gotta get there before 8:30 because that's the time she goes to bed. So needless to say, I got rid of the golden girl. So me and the 26-year-old, right? We chillin', we going hot and heavy, right? Going hot and heavy. You know, we have dinner one night. We on our way home. So, you know, I don't know, she's explaining to me this whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. So, we're in the car, right? So she blows down the music because she's like, baby, when we get home, you gonna eat the molly out my pussy? So I'm like, hold on. So you want me to eat methamphetamines out of your vagina tonight? So, you know, of course I did like any responsible man in his mid-40s. I Googled the effects of Molly and high blood pressure pills. Yo, and of course I don't know the name of my high blood pressure pills. I don't know how to spell it. So I'm talking to Google like, hey Google, effects of Molly and hydrazolene. And the fucked up thing is, it came up immediately. So I didn't feel bad. I wasn't the only pervert in his mid-40s that's going around eating Molly out of 26-year-old women's pussy. So, and by the way, by the way, fellas, there's only a 30% chance you die. So, you know, we go back to the house, man. We have a great time. She gets to Molly, we have the Molly, and it was just crazy. Needless to say, her and I didn't work out either. But I would say, the whole 2 weeks I was in the hospital after that, she came to visit me. Yo, thanks for listening, yo. Help me get my green card. I'm Gucci Black, we do it. Yeah, have a good one.
Gucci Black Redor, everybody. Gucci Black Redor. That man is living on the edge. Eating Molly out of pussy. That's one I haven't heard before. Because most people die after they do it. That's exactly why they do it. But I can feel them on the communication. I date, they text me in nothing but emojis. And the older women I date text me in cursive. I want y'all to give a round of applause for the bartender. She's been working in the back. The bartender wanted me to let you know that she did lace all of your drinks with Molly. But it was not in her vagina previously. It was clean Molly, clean Molly. Your bartender is also your next performer. So if you noise for Elise Lassie.
Watching everybody's set, and I'm really confused because like I'm listening to all this profanity and stuff about blowjobs, and there's children here. Like, it feels like fucked up Disney World, you know? I didn't go to Disney World though. My parents always took me to Universal. You know, my dad would be like, "There's got to be a Boogie Nights right somewhere." But you guys, are we drinking tonight at Dad's? Are we having a good time? Yeah, I love it. I love seeing everybody get drunk on a Tuesday. I also like to start my week off by giving up. I'm not sure if you guys saw or checked the weather, but the pollen count is as high as I look. Do you guys smoke weed? Where are my weed smokers? Fuck yeah, it's Xanax. I'm just kidding. I don't do drugs like that. Drugs are dangerous, you guys. Like, you could pass out and then wake up in somebody else's flat-billed hat. It should be horrible. So for my day job, I work in a restaurant. Does anybody else do that? Good for you guys having real jobs. That's great. No, working in a restaurant, it really frickin' sucks, because one of the worst things is they make us wear non-slip shoes because the floor is really slippery from all the tears. I was on the phone with my mom and I was like crying, and I was like, Mom, I'm in my 30s and I work in a restaurant. Like, I feel like I'm such a loser. And she's like, no, Elise, you're not a loser. And I was like, well, I'm not a winner. And she's like, well, that's also true. One of the more annoying things, though, is we always have to give a spiel, okay? We have to ask people if they have any allergies or dietary restrictions, because we don't want to kill anyone. We just want to know how. A lot of people come in and they say they have gluten allergies, they're allergic to gluten, and like, I just feel so left out because I didn't see that TikTok. And they request gluten-free bread all the time, and gluten-free bread sucks if you haven't tried it before, okay? It's a lot like Joe Biden, you know? Bland. But also our only option if we want to stay Putin-free. I also get a lot of strange requests. One of the weirdest requests I got recently, this gentleman requested that his Wagyu beef be cooked medium plus. I was like, great. Now there's pronouns in the meat. I don't even know what medium plus is. Like, that just seems like a nicer way to tell someone they're a 5. So we're gonna make a shift here. I just bought a gun. Excuse me. I just bought a gun. I love my gun. You know, like, I feel like a whole new woman. Like, all of a sudden I have all this power. You know, it's like how an old person feels when they get behind the wheel of a car. You know, like, here they are running the streets and walkers. But the crazy thing about owning a gun in the state of Georgia is that you don't need a license to buy a gun. But what you do need a license for is to go fishing. Why? Because fish deserve to feel safe in their schools. Yay. I'm gonna make a little shift here, you guys. I've been looking for houses, just looking. That's all I can do. I don't have money. Like, I know a lot of people like to Netflix and chill. I like to Zillow and cry. I'm a delivery driver for PoorDash, and on my runs I see all these beautiful homes, and like, I want to get a house, okay? But the thing is, trying to buy a house when you're a delivery driver, you know, it's a lot like bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's easier to just die. So instead, I like to scroll through multi-million-dollar homes in like Los Angeles or Malibu. And I gotta say, when I see just how far having a lot of money can get me, I'm just like, on second thought, Mr. Weinstein. But I'll never own a house. I'll never own a house, though. You know, I'm stuck renting. My parents had this in mind when they named me Elise. I have a quick story to top that off with. Living in Atlanta, I'm sure you guys know how expensive it is. It's getting out of control, right? Yeah, exactly. My neighbors, they bought a birdhouse, and these birds nested next to the birdhouse. Not even the fucking birds can afford to live out here. Which is crazy, because Atlanta is a safe space for birds, okay? We're home of the Falcons, for crying out loud. There's no high expectations. But I am really glad to be here, you guys. I'm glad to be alive. I was recently broken into. My apartment got broken into while I was still home, okay? I heard this buzzing noise coming from my bedroom. And I was like, dang, don't take the neck massager. Now how's my neck gonna come? But no, it wasn't burglars. Turns out it was just bees. So I reached for my gun and threw it at them. But no, I don't like bees. I don't like anything that has wings and then kills people, okay? Which is why I don't fly Boeing. Okay, guys, thank you so much. My name's Elise Classic. Y'all have a good one. Tip your bartender.
Tip your bartenders, everybody. And a round of applause for all of our service workers in the building. Anybody's been served this weekend. Round of applause for Elise. Our service workers really are unsung heroes because people really do have dietary restrictions. Like, I've never had sex with a white woman because I'm lactose intolerant. She'll tear my stomach up. I might do Elise though. She's medium plus. One more round of applause for Elise Lansing, everybody. And your next performer is performing in the near future at the UCB Theater, the Hollywood Improv, and the Comedy Store. But tonight, he's at Dad's Garage, which sounds like a gay dad's manhole. Y'all make some noise for your next comedian, Christian Davis. Christian Davis. He wants more. Hello, what's up, motherfuckers? How are y'all? Hey, give it up for your hosts. There's more than one. Some of y'all can't tell them apart. You know why. You know, yes, the shoes, yeah. Sure. The shoes, right. To pull yourself up from your bootstrap shoes, right. Got you. Cool, cool. Good to be here. Hi. Welcome to the manhole. It's awesome. Sorry. I just hate to bring the mood down. I lost a friend recently, and I just have to talk about it. Again, we were having so much fun, and I hate to bring the mood down, and it's... Sorry, it's hard for me to talk about without getting emotional. He just meant so much to me, and he taught me everything I know. A hero of mine. I'm gonna miss you. Yeah. My good friend. O.J. Simpson, right? Come on, dude. Yeah, right? Taught me everything I know, that O.J. Gone too soon, that O.J. Simpson, man. Gone too soon. The white people don't like that shit. White people don't like that shit, man. If I can tell you one thing, white people, black people, we don't love O.J. Simpson. But we do love how angry y'all get about O.J. Simpson. That's what... We love that shit. Mr. White Man right here, let me tell you something. Sometimes, when I'm sad, bro, I turn on that motherfucking Verdict. That shit, I'm happy again. Oh my God. That's fantastic. I'm happy again instantly, dude. That shit cheers me the fuck up, okay? Also, white people, you know, they say, OJ's a murderer. OJ's a murderer. Yeah, probably, but the reason he got off in the case, the reason y'all so fucking mad, is because the racist cop who's the lead detective in the case, Mark Furman, right, planted evidence in the case. They asked him if he planted evidence, he pled the fifth. So that's why he got off. So really, this is the first time you got fucked over by racism. Is what happened. That's what y'all should be mad about, you know? Damn, exactly. It's crazy because the phrase "the N-word" as a placeholder for the word, right, didn't exist before the OJ trial. Chris Darden, the lead prosecutor for the
the prosecution or whatever, the black guy who was prosecuting OJ, he came up with the phrase because he was tired of them saying it in the case. And that was in like 94. Wow. Which means, before that, Walter Cronkite was on the news letting that shit fly, bro. 6 niggers today. Like, they just were saying, like, that was... They just used to say that shit on the news. Bill Clinton was saying it, too, during the president. And those niggers. And, like, it was crazy, like... It was a crazy time, bro. Back then. Y'all got grandparents? Not you. We know him. It's not. It's been quite some time. No, I only got one left, and I'm 32, so I know you don't have none left. I feel that though, and it's grandparents. It's hard watching them get old and shit. You know, like my grandpa. He's 93 now. He's a manly man. In his day, he was a farmer. He built shit with his hands. He used to beat the shit out of my grandmother. Like, that's how manly he was. And I can feel y'all getting tight. And please don't get mad at me, because I never hit my grandma once. So this guy's number's much higher. Not me, though. I never did it. I loved her. You know what I'm saying? She was very cool. She always went back to him. I never understood why, you know? So he came down to Ohio, like I said, to Atlanta from Ohio. Like I said, he's in a wheelchair now. We had to go to the bathroom. We're at church. I gotta help this guy use the bathroom. Anyone ever help an old person use the restroom before? Yeah. Some good people, everyone else going to hell. It's an experience helping an old person use the restroom, especially one that used to take care of you. It's like the full circle moment. This guy bought me a lot of Power Rangers growing up, so I gotta help him out, you know what I'm saying? So we go into the bathroom. I made a rule with myself before we went inside. Not gonna touch it, okay? No matter what happens, not touching it. Still gave it to your grandpa, okay? I'm not touching this guy's dick. Not gonna do it. We go into the bathroom. He comes out of the chair. His arm goes over me. I'm holding him up. His pants come down. And then I realized, well, I gotta take a fucking look at this thing, don't I? You know what I mean? I gotta look at it. This is what I'm gonna look like in a bunch of years, bro. I gotta see what the future holds and shit, you know? You guys wanna look too, don't be weird, alright? Y'all wanna look too. It'd be weird if I jerked them off. I just looked at it, you know what I'm saying? No, that would be weird. Y'all are being weird and shit, don't be weird. Looked at my grandpa's dick. Guys, it was the biggest dick I've ever seen in my entire life. It was gigantic. That's why Grandma always went back to him also. That's why she was always going back, because the dick was so big, man. It's crazy. Wow. Oh, I didn't even mention the balls. The balls were so big. Oh my god. They were like fucking planets, dude. It was crazy. They were bigger than Lizzo out this bitch, man. These things were so fucking big. Like a beanbag chair he'd pulled out. It was insane. Oh my god. No. I looked at my grandpa's dick and balls. And I realized it's important to always see where you came from. Yeah, so that's it's a long walk for that one. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I just got the light, but I'm gonna do about 10 more. No, I'm just kidding. No. I got a quick one. Do y'all have parents? Okay, alright. Maybe. Most of you... We have parents in here, most of us, and have had parents. A taboo, risky question to ask your parents is, how long did they know each other before your mother was pregnant? Risky question, right? You don't know what was going on. You weren't around back then, you know what I'm saying? I made the mistake asking my mom that. She said she knew my dad for 3 months before she was pregnant. They were never married. They were barely together. They met at church, and they had the nerve to name me Christian. That's my name. It's Christian. That's insane, right? My dad met another one of his 4 baby mamas, not only at church, guys, but at the same church, y'all, at the same church. I'm just like, Dad, what kind of mindset were you in at church, bro? Dog, are you horny at church, Dad? That's insane. I just have never been in church like, yo, there's some bitches in here. You know what I mean? That's a crazy thing to be like and say, you know? It's wild. If my parents were messing around like nowadays, I would have gotten scraped out. I would have been an abortion, dude. You know what I mean? So, hey, give it up for abortion survivors like me. All right. No. Abortion's good when I'm doing it. I do them myself. No, I'm just kidding. We have a toenail clipping kit, and we do them in the back alley. Just kidding. What is crazy is the only reason that any of us are here together right now is because two people fucked. Like, your parents fucked for you to be here. Isn't that weird? Do you ever think about it? Do you imagine the smell? Ugh, it's gross. I don't know. Ugh. Your parents fucked raw, dude, and that's why we're here. Test tube. Everyone else, your parents were on a drunken night. Thank you so much. I'm Christian Davis. Give it up for Ron and them.
Give it up for Christian Davis one more time, everybody. Is the mic working now? I don't know about everybody else's parents, but my parents didn't have sex to have me. No. That's not what happened. I am a gift from God, clearly. I could never imagine my mom having sex. Come on now. The same lady that makes me plans is getting flattened? Come on. You like that plans flattened? Okay, don't worry about it. I'm here all night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all night, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, this has been a great night. We have our closing comedian coming out next. I want Terrance to say a couple of words before we bring him out. Terrance, say a couple of words.
A couple words. Can I do a recap for Christian?
Please.
Look, when Christian said how big his grandpa's balls were, there's a white woman right here dropped everything in her lap. Everything fell out of her seat. It all just toppled out like she was surprised that it would happen. It's also very fitting that his grandpa had a very large penis because he beat his grandma and also beat that pussy up. That's all I got to say.
Hey, look, man, it was the civil rights era. Equal opportunity.
I'm here all night.
All right. So this is your last comedian closing us out. He's very talented, very funny. You can see him all over the city, all over the country as well. I want you to put your hands together for the very funny Patrick Seals, everybody!
Y'all keep it going for your hoes. Keep it going for your hoes. Keep it going for your hoes. Going for your hoes. Keep it going for all the comedians y'all done seen tonight, man. Let them hear it. Let them hear it. Clap it up for yourselves, too, for being out here tonight, man. Y'all are still here. I'm glad to see y'all. I'm glad y'all here, but more importantly now, I want y'all to be careful when y'all leave, especially everybody who drinking. From up here, they look like all y'all. Because quite frankly, as we all know, the police like to mess with a certain type of people. I'm just saying, that's what they do. Trust me. I know personally, sir. I got a speeding ticket on the way here. And I rode in the Uber. Like, I'm in the back seat and I got a speeding ticket. Ain't that crazy? I'm gonna let y'all know, man, my name is Patrick and my life is rough, bro. On God it is. My life is rough. On God it is. The reason I say that is I know a lot of people claim to be God's favorite child, and I ain't gonna tell that lie. I ain't gonna sit up here and say that, because really, I ain't even my parents' favorite child. And I'm the only child, so like, I know I'm not God's favorite child, you know what I mean? It's just common sense. He got a billion other kids. That shit ain't gonna add up for me, bro. Like right now, I'm so broke. My mama's birthday was just last week, and the only thing I can get her for a present was just to not ask her for no money. And that's one of the many reasons why my cousin is her favorite son. He got an actual gift and told her he loved her. It's rough. Like, as a black man, I feel like all other black men need to have sex with a white woman before they die. So I feel and think and move in that. It's like, bro, for me, first time I ever had sex with a white woman, she straight up told me the only reason why we had sex together is because I'm black. And you know, I thought about it for a little minute. And I came to the conclusion that's really not so bad when you consider all the stuff people have. Giving a brother some pussy for being black is damn near close to reparation, you know what I mean? It's not, but it's very close. Like when your fingers look like they're touching, but they're really not. It's an optical illusion, you ain't gonna touch. But I don't know, man, because like the one thing I miss the most since I started dating white women is having sex to music. Have y'all heard of this? Y'all familiar with this concept? Okay. Cause I don't know about y'all, but it's hard for a person like me to catch a stroke or rhythm to Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. It ain't in me. I don't care how much she mean to you. Well, how much she don't change your life around. But trust me, every time y'all turn that devil music on, my penis gets softer than the Falcons in the fourth quarter. I'll keep it all the way. It's hard to rise up. You know what I'm saying? And impossible to shake it off. You know, can't rise up, can't shake it off. It's just all bad. But I don't know, because I think interracial dating is weird. You know what I mean? I think it's weird. Because I found out last week that white women would date black men to piss their parents off. And that made me mad. Like, don't be dating me to piss your parents off. Because, lady, I'm dating you to piss your parents off. That's my job. Don't be using me as an object the same way I'm trying to use you as an object. It's not fun like that, man. The world is crazy though. Like, I think it's insane uncircumcised dildos do not exist. I think it's absolutely insane. You can't find an uncircumcised dildo nowhere in the wild. And trust me, I did my research writing this joke, and now I get weird targeted ads. They don't exist. Nowhere. Trust me, I watched a lot of OnlyFans, and none of these models are using an uncircumcised dildo. Dildos coming out shape, size, and colors. Red, green, yellow, pink, blue. Right now, you can go online and get a rainbow-colored double-sided dildo with fists on the ends with both sides. I'm talking about 2 whole hands, just in case you want to have fun with somebody else. But nowhere in the world, Craig, can you get a dildo. You got to roll back the extra layer of penis skin just to have a good time. It does not exist. Nowhere in the world, Craig, can you get a dildo. You gotta peel away the extra layer of dick fat just to enjoy yourself. And then we ask ourselves as a country, right, why are mass shootings happening all the time? What? And it's because the uncircumcised penis community is not being actively represented in the dildo world. They are angry. Representation is important. A threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We gotta do something. These burrito dick motherfuckers, they shooting everything up, bro. These taco cock motherfuckers, they won't stop. You can keep on saying taco cock all you want to, it's some funny shit. I can literally sit here all day and match up Hispanic foods with phallic-shaped objects. This what the fuck I got into comedy for. This what I thought it would look like, sir. Because I gotta tell you, these enchilada willy ass motherfuckers, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. Before I get out of here, I just want to say that, ladies, these fellas are out here eating your ass because they can't find your clitoris. So, God, that's what's going on. They out here licking on your booty hole because they can't find your clit. I bullshit you not. The fellas that got together and decided when they can't find that clitoris, they gonna lick on that booty hole because they got one. They know where it's at 24/7. I promise you, because we all know the clitoris like to jump around. It ain't never the same spot 2 days in a row. It like to move. Like 1 minute it's in her eyebrows, next minute it's on her nose, next minute it's behind her left knee. But you know, then one of them times it's gonna be in the same spot 2 days in a row. I'm saying, like, Georgia, they don't like sex education here, so that's why we don't be knowing this. What the fuck I'm saying right now.
What you saying? What you saying?
We don't know where it's at because they don't teach this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm really a family man. I don't want y'all to get confused by anything I said tonight. I'm really a family man. Sometimes I'm a family man. Let's get that clear. I'm a family man sometimes. The reason why I say sometimes is because I got a couple of cousins that are so ugly, I don't really like taking pictures with them. I'm sorry. I know that's rude, but fuck all that. I ain't trying to take no pictures with cousin now, because hell no. Nope. Every family function, I see that raggedy ass lady ass, she want to take a picture with me. And as soon as I do, she gonna put them on social media. And everybody in here understand, right? People on social media be rude for no reason. Trust me, I done seen it. They be commenting on the post saying stuff like, y'all look like twins. I can see the family resemblance. Ooh wee, y'all surely is ugly. Like, bro, I'll break y'all jaw here. Don't be saying that. I don't look nothing like no cousin. And you know what? I'm sorry. It's a lot of everything in here. Indian people, black people, white people. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get out of pocket just then, but it just really bothered me when people want to sit up here and tell me I look like Cousin Agatha. And I'm pretty sure all y'all in here can understand exactly what I'm saying, because I know for a fact everybody in here got a family member that is so ugly, you really ain't trying to take no damn picture with him. She just laughed. She just thought about him just now. And if you can't think of not one ugly cousin, bro, you might just be that ugly cousin. I'm sorry. You would have found out at Dad's garage, you know, your ugly glass. So look, I don't have a job, you know what I mean? You knew that, ma'am, right? I don't have a job. So that means I done been fired from every job I've ever had, so I'm gonna need y'all to follow me on social media, you know, like I used to work at Dollar General, and I was a terrible employee. The only thing I was good at was clocking out. That's it, just clocking out. Like, I was so good at clocking out, they let me in training videos to show other people how to clock out. You know what I mean? So good at clocking out I was. But I was a terrible employee. Because I used to steal when I worked at Dollar General, and it wasn't even like I was stealing stuff I needed. I was stealing useless stuff. Stuff like bird food, spray paint, the work schedule, you know, just stupid shit. It's like, my philosophy in life is if you're gonna be late to work, the least you can do is take the work schedule. That way don't nobody know you're gonna be late yourself you. You know what I mean? You just gotta think sometimes, man. It's not that hard. So please, pull your phones out and follow me on social media at SealsMan93. Yeah, I don't see nobody putting their phones out of school. SealsMan93 on Instagram, Patrick Seals on Facebook, Patrick Seals_93 on Twitter. I appreciate y'all for having me. Give it up for your host. I've been gone. Peace.
Got your ass. Shit. Hey, Patrick, I was a terrible employee too. But clock out, I never did that. That's what made me a terrible employee. And I was genuinely cursed why he was so concerned with uncircumcised dildos. Like, what trauma are you trying to roll back? I mean, unpack. Since there is a shortage of those, if there are any women out here who are looking for a replacement for uncircumcised dildos, I was born in a New York City apartment and I volunteer as tribute. You all have been great. Before we go, let us have first of all, this whole show was put together because there's only one stand-up teacher at Dad's Garage. There's like 11 teen improv teachers, but one stand-up teacher, and he goes by the name of Emile, and he is right here. A round of applause. He is a comedy mentor. He's touched in an appropriate way so many comedians in the Atlanta community. So I've been Terrance Griffin, and here's my teacher, Emile. Ron, close us out.
Give it up for all the comedians you saw here tonight. It was such a great job. I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting comedy on a Tuesday night. I'm super proud of all the comedians that came up here today, all the students that came up here today. I think they did a really good job. Didn't they do a really good job? So, hey, geez, how much more time we have left?
How much you want?
Can we get like 30 minutes to drink? All right, so you got about 30 more minutes to drink and schmooze and get to know each other. Give it up for your bartender, Mr. Lassick. Did a great job up here. Give it up for my co-host, Terrance. And I'm really, really proud of everybody out here. I'm thankful and grateful for you guys for coming out here and enjoy the rest of your night. My name is Emile. Give it up for all your comedians. Give it up for yourself. Have a good night.